Hey Geek, so if you've been here on my channel before, then you know I absolutely love older retro games, arcade games, and console games because those are the games that I grew up with. My very first game system was in fact an Atari, and I've been there all the way up until now. And the one thing that I feel is absolutely priceless and invaluable to the whole gaming world is emulation. Emulation, you probably heard this before, is a preservation of these games because there's so many games out there, thousands of games that you can no longer get access to or play without emulation. And there's really no way around that. That is a fact. And so I am a huge supporter of emulation and will continue to do so. However, there are some companies, especially one in particular, that absolutely hates emulation and basically wants to destroy it and also destroy the gamers who use it as well. And that's exactly what is happening and has happened for a very, very long time. And so here's the most recent one where Nintendo's stops a YouTuber, basically puts in a strike, it seems, and also shutting down the last, I would say, big emulation for the Nintendo Switch, which is Ryu Jinx. And this is something that has been going on for a long time. But there is one YouTube channel that I actually watch myself called Retro Game Corps, which has over 500,000 subscribers that has just received another copyright strike. So now they have two copyright strikes. And if you don't know, on YouTube, if you get 3 copyright strikes, basically your channel is gone. And so Retro Games Corps, they did make a post, and I will talk about this here in a moment. But this is something that's been going on for a very long time. If you've been here on YouTube, especially if you're a creator, you know that putting Nintendo footage, even if it's off of your system, can be very dangerous. And here is the Nintendo Switch emulator. This is Ryu Jinx. And the thing is, they are going to get shut down. Okay. The site is up right now. But Nintendo has already sent a message from their lawyers over to Ryu Jinx, and unfortunately, they're going to have to shut down. So they posted on their Twitter or X account saying that they were contacted by Nintendo and offered an agreement to stop working on the project, remove the organization and all related assets he has control of. And basically, there is no way around that. Their lawyers are coming, they have come. And yeah, there have been other emulation sites that have faced this. Like in 2022, who is this? Gary Browser was sentenced to 40 months in prison and fined 4.5 million for selling Switch hacking devices. That's a little bit different from emulation, but it still requires that. But then there's also another RAM site which had to pay $12.2 million. I think it was Emu Paradise, if I remember correctly. Let's see here. I can't remember the name of it. Oh, it's called Love ROMs. But there was also Emu Paradise, if I remember correctly. Basically, Nintendo has had a history of doing this, and they've been methodically taking down any of these emulation sites, ROM sites, anything having to do with Nintendo's properties. And unfortunately, this is over. And Retro Games Corps, here's his post on X or Twitter. And he basically made a video about Wii U emulated game. And Nintendo put a strike on him. And I really do enjoy his channel. Like right now he has 552,000 subscribers. So he has a very large channel. His content is very entertaining, high quality. And he does a lot of these emulation handheld devices videos. And they're absolutely awesome. And just because he did one on a Nintendo Wii U game, which uses this emulation, now he has basically the threat of basically having his entire channel being removed. And yeah, that is absolutely horrible. And honestly, if all these emulation sites go down, I don't know how else we're going to play these games. And in terms of Nintendo, here's the post by Ryu Jinx. He says Nintendo Switch emulator has ceased development. The lead developer was pressured by Nintendo America into shutting down the project. All downloads and GitHub repositories have been removed. And so basically, if you are a fan of emulators, then I would say make sure you keep that stuff safe. And the thing is, this is just my prediction. This might be something that is unavoidable. Just my thought is basically if you have an operating system like Windows, right? It wouldn't really be surprising to me if Microsoft Windows allows Nintendo's to do something to where they could basically identify whether or not you have emulators on your site or on your computer, since Windows is constantly monitoring everything you do anyway, and they might, stop you from emulating on Windows. That's just my thought. Maybe even Android itself. And so, yeah, all of these things, in my opinion, all of these things are not good for gaming as a whole. I understand the legal IP and all those other things, but you also got to look at it like from a more general, holistic standpoint as well. People who love emulation, who are creating this content, who are talking about your games, your system, the love that they have for your properties, they're actually helping your company. It's free marketing. And not only that, it keeps your games, the excitement, everything alive. And even when you try to do things legally, try to go to the Wii store, PlayStation store, Microsoft store, you've seen it before. They take down these games, and honestly, their experiences are not as good as just these other emulations, devices, tools, and software. Okay. I mean, these do a lot better, in my opinion, along with enhancements. So at the end of the day, things like this actually hurt the gaming community as a whole. And in the long run, I kind of feel it's going to hurt your bottom line. Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, and whatever companies who are actively trying to shut it down in ways that honestly just doesn't make sense. They're showing footage of a game, and because of that, they've now violated some laws or something that you deem is absolutely horrible, in my opinion, for them to take down these type of content or to shut down these sites that are not making money from selling your games. They're not affecting your bottom line, especially for games that no longer exist anymore. And so I don't know really where we're going in the future with emulation. But I kind of feel that with a lot of these game companies, and once again, I am not a lawyer or anything like that, so I understand it, but obviously I don't understand it to that level. But from somebody just outside looking in who's been doing this for many, many years, I see that a lot of these legal precedents that they're taking go way beyond what I would think would make sense to a lot of people. I mean, like, how does this type of stuff actually help gamers, and how does it really hurt your company? And so, anyways, I'm not a fan of this at all. And hopefully, in the future, these type of actions will actually go to the money part. Once again, these companies losing money, because that's actually what you're doing. You're hurting the people who want to spend money with you, who want to enjoy the games, the memories that you've helped produce. And at the end of the day, you make your own choices. But at least for me, this thing is something that is a part of my childhood, my memories, and I want to continue enjoying that and also share that with the world. So if you actually had any thoughts on this, be sure to leave in the comments area below, and I'll see you on another episode. Hey geeks, if you are a brand new creator and you simply want something easy to get you started, well, I got something for you with my Creator Starter Kit. This is a super simple step-by-step guide that's going to take you from having no channel to developing your very first YouTube channel, along with ideas, thumbnail designs, and other creator tips, including marketing. And the best part is, all of this is free. Simply head over to the link below, check out my page, and get started creating.